Okay, so I wanted to show you the Smart Sync software from the teacher's perspective first of all, and then follow it up with a student's perspective. So the first thing that you need to do is to go to the smarttech.com/CA website, which is the Canadian version of the SmartTech website, and which you can locate up at the top area of the screen up at the URL, or you can click the country tab to change to Canada. So then what you need to do is go to the resources tab first of all and go to the downloads area. From this you can scroll down using the bar on the right and locate the SmartSync Classroom Management Software icon. Choose the 2010 version for Microsoft Windows, and then again scrolling down to the downloads area. Now this is a two-part download. There are two versions of it, one being the teacher version of the software and one being the student version of the software. So for your purposes as instructor, as teacher, be sure to download the teacher installation into your tablets. The one on the bottom is for students only, and make sure that they download the student installation, because if they put the teacher version in their computers, it's not going to work. So the teacher version is for you as teacher, the student installation is for the students only. So once you go back through and download it, it's going to ask you for a little bit of information, just your name and your email and your organization. Just put HWDSB and then follow through the download process. It only took me about 15 minutes or so. Once it was downloaded, it will show up in your All Programs menu under Smart Technologies. Smart Sync will have its own tab, and then you can click Enter, which will bring up the evaluation screen indicating how many days left you have of your trial. I do have a code for you that I'm going to pass on shortly, which is a new code because the other one didn't work. Clicking OK will open up Smart Sync. Now you'll see here that my name is already here because I've already logged into it. What you will see the first time that you launch this software is a blank field. So you could just type in your name, leave new class, and click OK. So this is the beginning of the class for you, and this is the platform. Now coming up right now are the two student screens for the sample computers I'm using in the other room, which have the student version of the software loaded on it. And we'll talk about the student version here in a second. Okay, so here we are now with the student screen here on the left. And now Thomas is in the other room, and he is going to be the student using the computer indicated by the left screen. So what he's going to do now in a second is go out on a website so that we can see what it would look like. So I, as teacher, there he goes, can monitor what students are doing in the classroom, what websites they are visiting, and then you can click the browser tab and then view in more of a split screen or in another screen view of what he is doing, and to see if he's on task and doing what he's supposed to be doing. So in this case, he's out on the HWDSB website. So if we're in class right now, say, and a student had a question or needed to be helped to be put back on task, we could use the pen icon, which is really quite handy in this environment, especially for monitoring websites and giving support. So if we click the pen tab, you'll be able to write on the screen. This will be very handy for you with your tablets because you do have the functionality of using your tablet as a pen, and then you can indicate areas that the student needs to work on or parts of the activity that perhaps they need help or guidance with, and you can write right on the screen. When you start your pen tool, the student's pen tool is also immediately started, so they can interact with you on the screen in the same manner. And this you could share with everybody if you wanted to, up on a projector screen, and interact with it, say on a smart board, and capture it there with the recording tool, or having somebody write on it there as well. So that would be like 3 links of integration with the teacher tablet, the student interacting with their laptops, and then integration, say, with the projector screen at the front of the room. Okay, before we look at the next step and go too much further, let's just look at the student setup for the SmartSync software, just so that we can see what they need to do. So again, going back to smarttech.com/CA, the students, again, can also change to Canada from the tab above, but go to Resources and Downloads under the Support tab, just as you did with the teacher software. I'd have them do this, so you could walk them through it at the front of the room. I wouldn't do this for each individual computer. Have the students do it themselves. Have them scroll down, choose the SmartSync Classroom Management software. Again, the Windows 2010 for Windows version. Scrolling down and clicking the Downloads drop-down menu, and then having them select the student installation. Do make sure that they download the student installation. If they download the teacher installation, the computer link-up will not work. So make sure that they download the student installation. And again, they'll just have to put in their name and email, and it's about a 15-minute process, and then it will be done. After they have downloaded the software, it will show up underneath their, well, it'll also show up in the right side of the screen in the taskbar as a little icon with a swoosh arrow. It'll also be under the All Programs tab, Smart Technologies, SmartSync, and their Student Software tab will be there from which they can launch it. All that happens is this little menu bar will appear on the right corner of the screen. Right now, every button is activated because I have already been testing this software. If clicking Connect, what students will see the very first time that they launch the software is a window with blank fields such as this. So they will have to type their name into the student ID, and then they will choose your teacher ID. Make sure that you have your SmartSync software open first. The students will only be able to see you as their teacher if you have the software launched first. So make sure that you have it open and running, and then the students will be able to discover you under the drop-down menu for Teacher ID. Your name will appear there, and then they will click Connect, and they will have joined your class. And again, all they will see to the right of their screen are these series of buttons. So they will be able to connect, as we have just looked at, from the top button. If you have assigned them to a group, you can assign students to work together in a group. Their group names will appear here, and then they can join the group. What that does is link those students' computers together so that they can collaborate virtually. If they would like to chat with you, the icon will not work right now because you have to launch the chat as a teacher first and give them permissions to do so. In this instance, I've clicked Question. If a student has a question, they could type it in, and it will appear on your teacher screen. They can hand their work in to you where it says Submit Files. They can hand in whatever they've been doing, and then they can receive files that you have handed back to them. So it's a pretty simplistic software from the student's point of view, so it's not overwhelming for them, and it's not obtrusive to their work environment because it just floats over there in the right corner of the screen, so it doesn't really get in the way, and you will be able to interact with them via the various tools of your desktop platform.